Have you ever gone in and there's like that person that you're not quite sure which way they're going? Like, if they're coming or going when it comes to their transition. And it's like you sound like a girl, but you have facial hair, which creeps me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the people that are leading the charge of this thing.
I was checking out of a Lowe's one time, and the person that was checking me out was so androgynous. I was trying to figure out if it was a man or a woman. And normally in that situation, I would just be very gender neutral and not say anything. But I was in a rush, and I exited and went, okay, thank you, ma'am. And that person popped a cork. He's like, what do you mean, ma'am? I'm a guy. Like, well, you don't look like one.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't look like one? You said that?
She said, you don't look like one.
Oh, look at Bell, man.
Well, he was jumping all over me for what was an unintentional accident.
That's right. I mean, if you... It's crazy. I got to be honest. It's weird. That creeps me out when I see people that I'm not sure which way they're coming or going. And they've got the facial hair, the girls especially.
Yeah.
Because it's not a good look.
No, it's not.
It's not.
If they were male, it's not a good look.
You're right. That's the other side of it. If you were, like, I don't, let me ask you guys, do you think there's a point in time where you look in the mirror and go, oh my God, what have I done?
Yeah, after you've grown up and realized that you were an idiot kid like all of us once were.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's happened. I think that's happened to a lot of people who have gone through transition and now they regret it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, of course. Yeah. I mean, that's like the detransitioning movement is big. And it's I was talking the other day about this because you've got to be, there are a lot of kids out there who are easily being influenced. And I think what happens and where the message doesn't get across is all too often I see people attack, especially you need to go after the activist in particular, not the kid that's struggling and going through certain things. And I see too much of that stuff. But that regret is, I think, strong. And I have said from the beginning of this insanity that it is going to change when the doctors start paying the price for this. And the money starts to pile up that you were essentially pushed through by people. And the doctors have talked about it on several occasions about the fact that they're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't. You bring a kid in, you say, my kid's gender, whatever. And the doctor's terrified to say, no, your kid's not. Your kid just is going through something. It's probably being influenced at school. But if you say that and then they go report you, you're screwed.
Yeah.
So you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
If I'm a doctor, that's when I just say this case is outside of my expertise. You need to take them somewhere else.
Yeah, that's right. I thought maybe you had an appendix or something that was going on wrong. But I just think that this is going to come back to haunt so many people, as it should. But we all too often, I think, go after some of the young people and the young kids out there who have serious issues that need to be, they need somebody strong enough to tell them, look, you're perfect the way you are.
Right.
Get over this insanity and stop listening to people on the internet. That's a big thing right there.
Dude, it is massive.
Yeah. The internet is, and that includes all kinds of stuff, not just this, but like the crazy echo chambers out there. But the
internet is a tool that people use to justify their worst thoughts.
Yes.
And they hide. They can hide.
Well, yeah, that's it. In fact, let's see if I can find my favorite thing that I've got. That it is, the hiding thing is so true. Being able to say something with zero accountability.
Yes. Right there.
Nobody is going to come after you. Nobody's going to really say anything to you. No, there's zero chance of you getting into any kind of trouble when you're fighting with somebody online. And that's what we've made this online battle so ridiculous because people seem to think that they're going to get something out of it. Like you get a trophy. You don't get anything. At least I don't know if you're going to get anything. I haven't. Have you?
Nope.
No. And I don't argue with people online because it's not worth it.
No, it is not. I spent one night going back and forth with people, and I thought, what am I doing?
What was that about? I love that. What's that story about?
It was back during all the, you're racist, you're a misogynist. And it was just, I got into a conversation with the people. I said, okay, so tell me how this is racist. Well, it just is. Yes, but how? And it just went on and on. Then it went back and forth. I don't like the
sound of it. That's why.
Yeah, and then it just went back and forth with, personal insults and stuff. And I just thought, all right, I'm out.
Yeah, but you know what? You sit there and you feel like, oh, I should answer this, right? I should answer this.
Yeah.
And it's not. And it's everything, too. It's like those people that they have to be right on every single thing all the time. And you just can't go, look, guys, yeah, it's I'm sorry I said it was Air Force 2 instead of Air Force 1. Well, you better learn if you're going to talk on the radio. Like, dude,
Air Force 2 is the vice president, you idiot. It's not the president. You don't know what you're talking about, so just shut your hole.
Yeah. I remember what it was. There was a story. It was a story, back in 2021 or something, and it was just a little obscure blip. ABC News had put out, a man accused of assault for using a garden hose to spray kids of color from his front yard or something like that. Well, it was actually a Hispanic man that was accused of being racist because he didn't want kids on his lawn. So he grabbed the garden hose and sprayed them.
You know what I call that?
I call it being a homeowner.
Call it a good time.
And I just remember saying, how is this racist?
Because everything's racist.
And at that time it was. Everything was.
Did the article mention that he was Hispanic?
Yes.
Oh, good Lord.
It was just so stupid. And I was going back and forth with this one guy that I think was probably a pretty intelligent fella. But it just wasn't. He was.
I thought leftists assured me that you couldn't be a minority and still be racist.
Yeah.
No, like you said though, you're sitting there, you think you're having a conversation with somebody who, and you start thinking to yourself, I'm not going to convince you of anything.
No, you're not.
No, I'm
just like they're not going to convince me.
No. And look, let me tell you something. I'm open-minded as it gets. I know I'm not right in everything. And I know in this business people won't say stuff like that, but I know I am. And I'm totally open to listening to other people's sides, which we don't get. But I also know that arguing with people in, 4 sentences at a time is not going to change a damn thing. And it's only going to infuriate you more.
Yeah. I have it on the best of authority that you've made no mistakes since the early 70s.
Well, one of our overnight guys, I think Gary McNamara one time, he was telling us the weekend he realized that he was wasting time arguing with people online. He said he had been arguing back and forth with this person for a week. And then it took up all of his weekend, and he thought, this is crazy. Yeah. What am I doing?
What are you doing? That's crazy. And
you're wasting all that time on somebody you wouldn't give the time of day to in actual real life. So you just walk away.
So true.